Hello. Hello and welcome everyone. I'm going to give a few minutes for people to hop on here. Happy Sunday. Happy equinox, everyone. It is the vernal or the spring equinox today. It is also the beginning of Aries season. So we got a lot of beautiful, fresh, fiery energy going on. I'm really excited to dig into this and see what comes through in the reading today. Hello, welcome. Jump in the chat when you guys get here and say hello so I know that you're here. Yeah, I want to know how everyone's feeling today with these energies. I am sure that were I able to get anything even close to adequate sleep right now, I would be feeling the fiery energies too. As it is, I'm not quite 100% feeling them myself, but I know they're there. Hello, Pippi. Hello, Eliza. Welcome, you guys. Greetings. Happy Sunday. Happy equinox. Hello, Melinda. Yes, hello. Yes, there is such powerful, it's so interesting being in this state of and I'm going to have to get used to this, you guys, because it's not like sleep is going to be a friend coming anytime soon, probably in any desired doses. And so if we're going to get through not only the rest of my pregnancy, but the newborn stage, I'm going to have to get used to being on here with you guys, half asleep. But yeah, there may be a little bit of tongue-tiedness as we move through the first part of this, but we will get through it. It is a beautiful, beautiful day. I can feel the energies of spring. I can see it, right? Everything is waking up. Everything is becoming more alive. We have completed a full circle of the zodiac. We are back to that initiatory energy, to that first step, right? That first spark of energy and new creation. And I am going to do, Eliza, so you feel me then. I am going to be doing a video separate on Aries season over the next couple of days, because there's a lot of really interesting stuff going on with Jupiter and the Aries energy and everything that we're experiencing, but that denotes a separate video. So for today, we're going to be looking into just general guidance for the equinox energies, what's going on today, and then as we move further into the week, or at least that's going to be the intention when we start pulling cards, although we know Spirit always leads us in whatever direction it wants us to go. So, and you guys, let me know if there's any lag or interference with the video. I forgot to, I have to drag my router as close to my bedroom as I possibly can when I do these live streams for you guys. Yeah, it's so funny. Technology has increased and internet has gotten worse and worse over the years. But that's a whole different topic for a whole different story, right? Yes, I love it. Yeah, we had St. Patty's Day a couple days ago. That's what those shamrocks are reminding me of, Pippi. Yes, which in the traditional American way of celebrating, I don't celebrate anymore. But it's still also a beautiful day. And yeah, here we are. We're talking about the completion of the zodiac, right? Starting fresh, starting new. One of the other things that's really beautiful, and one of my favorite things about the vernal equinox, is that when we come to the equinoxes, we come to this point where we have an absolutely equal distribution of light and dark, right? We have the exact same amount of daylight that we do nighttime. And so this is a really great metaphor for this experience of coming into union, coming into neutrality, right? Where we are evenly dispersed. And so on today, I invite everyone to celebrate both what you perceive to be your dark and what you perceive to be your light. Because in truth, that perception of those things is only a distortion, right? It is all, there's one of my favorite people in the world, Linda Starr Wolf, whom I went to Egypt with, who teaches shamanic breathwork. Venus Rising is her breathwork, her school, actually, her shamanic school. And so I encourage you guys to check her out. One of my favorite quotes from her, she says all the time, is "The dark, the light, no difference." And so really honor that today. Celebrate all these aspects of you, knowing that they're all just different fractals of the whole, right? What makes up the entirety of the self, of the experience and the expression of the self. And honor all of those parts of you today. Allow yourself to be united in both what you perceive to be your dark and what you perceive to be your light. Hello, Evelyn. Wonderful to see you on here. And honor that in everything around you as well. I was listening to this really interesting woman this morning, and a lot of what she was talking about, it's way beyond our human frame of reference. And so it was difficult for my little human brain to wrap itself around. But it was this understanding that we create what we perceive to be the darkness and the enemy out of our own shadows and our own distortions. And so it was really interesting to listen to her speak and to understand and comprehend more why it is that we practice radical acceptance on here, right? Why it is that we seek to come to that place of neutrality where we're not becoming emotionally reactive and we're not judging the outside reality, right? Why it is that we come into this complete acceptance of everything as perfection, exactly as it is. It is only from that point that we can experience a true unification of what we perceive to be opposites, right? And this whole idea that she really voiced this idea, which I found really fascinating, which is that this whole galactic battle and everything that we perceive as us battling the darkness is really just us battling our own light. And that there really is, like, if we were to clear the distortions, there would be nothing left to battle. And so it was just really fascinating. And I'm gonna, as I dig into her a little more, I'll share some stuff from her with you guys because I feel like you would be intrigued too. And this really comes right in line with something that I was talking about. I did, for those of you who haven't checked it out yet, and of course I'm going to do a 4/4 portal video on here, but I did a 4/4 portal and April update video with Pete from the Chosen 144 on his channel. And I talked about this energy around that 4/4 portal and these April energies, where we're all going to be experiencing a deeper level of awakening. And so what that means, hello, Rosie, welcome, beautiful. What that means is that where we thought, right, we thought that we were awakened, we thought that we were aware to a certain point before, we're going to be experiencing a whole new level of understanding where a lot of what we perceived as what we understood as truth or reality is going to be kind of flipped on its head. And then we're going to be perceiving things through a completely different lens all over again. So it's like a deeper awakening for light workers, for the 144,000, for everybody, right? In their own individual ways. And something that's coming through right now is there's going to be a lot of people who see the people on the outside, what we would call like the normies or the people that haven't quite woken up yet, right? Not that, and that's the great illusion, right? The waking up, because we're really not awake either. We're still rubbing the sleepies from our eyes, right? But the people that we see as much less aware. And hello, Ty, welcome. And even with them, they're going to be experiencing a deeper awakening as well. It just might look different, right? Part of this, like we said, if our experience of the enemy, of the shadow is our own distortion, for some people waking up, part of that process of waking up is moving deeper into the distortion, right? Moving deeper into the way that the inner distortions are reflecting outward. And having a more powerful experience around that. So everyone's going to be experiencing a deeper awakening, taking whatever phase or stage we're at right now and bringing that forward. And for many of us, as we know, the more I learn, the less I know, right? So we're going to be possibly feeling even more confused as we move forward, more confused than we are clear. But at the same time, there's going to be like a clarity at the heart level. Even though, like, intellectually, we may be feeling very confused and very lost because all of the frameworks and perceptions of what we perceive to be as truth are kind of falling away. There's a deeper level of heart resonance that's going to be occurring as well. So we're going to feel, while our minds may be in a bit of chaos, right, our hearts are going to be feeling more clear. And so this is why, as we move toward the fifth dimension, which that woman that I was referencing before, she said something that I kind of feel, hello, white buffalo, which is that we're already there. We've already ascended. We're just catching up. Our consciousness and our physical bodies are just catching up with what's already happened, which actually did resonate quite a bit with me. But it's this wow, and then I just lost it by going off on that one little, putting that one little aside in there. I totally forgot what I was talking about. But yeah, so we're just catching up, right? Which is really interesting to think about. Hello, liquid fire, greetings. Yes, throwing in that fire for that Aries season, showing the equinox and the Aries season some love. What was I talking about, you guys? Oh, the mind. Thank you, Rosie Marie. Yeah, exactly. The mind and the heart. Hello, blessed by the best. And so this is why, even though we move into, right, or we align with, that's what we're going to say from now on. It's not that we're moving into the fifth dimension. It's that we're aligning with the fifth dimension. We align through the heart, because the mind is always going to throw us backwards, right? Because our little itty bitty human perception cannot process it cannot process what I guess I would call ultimate truth, for lack of a better term, right? The reality when all distortion is removed is how I would define ultimate truth, right? Because there are infinite truths, like we talk about all the time, and at the same time there is no truth, but there also is one truth. It's so funny when we talk in these paradoxical terms, right? But our minds cannot perceive of the things that we are coming to realize and understand, but our hearts can. And so that's why we have to allow ourselves to be led by and connected in with our hearts, right? Allowing our hearts to be our guides. And we talked about, as we're moving toward this conjunction of Jupiter and Neptune, we're talking about this energy, and it's I just heard or I had this vision, I don't know how to quite describe it, of like a rift in the time-space continuum. I don't know, this conjunction of Jupiter and Neptune is so massively powerful. All right. And so we are really being aligned. We are really being guided by our higher selves right now, by our 5D selves. And so allow that process, allow your soul to guide you where it wants to guide you right now, and allow it to guide you to the information that is going to be most relevant and most helpful for you. All right. And let's work on, as we move through this energy, not judging anything as true or false, right? Releasing judgment altogether and simply saying, connect me with the information that is most relevant for me, that is most helpful for me at this time. All right. Because there is the argument that there is really no true or false either, right? If there is no truth, there can be no untruth. All right. There's just information, and there's just the level of information that we are resonating at, that we are vibrating at, that we are compatible with. So bring me the highest vibration of the highest frequency of light, the highest frequency of information that I am aligned to at this time. Hello, Albertus. Hello, Jody. Yes. Yes. All right. So let's see. Let's hop right into it. Oh, I'm being torn. I'm feeling torn here. We're going to pull some Shaman's Dream, and we're also, I think, going to do some Light Seer Tarot. Because it's weird. I'm being drawn to both of these at the same time. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a few pull a few tarot, and then pull a few Shaman's Dream clear and see how they link together. Hello, Tara. Too much truth will blind me, Ty. Exactly. Blinded by the light, right? That is absolutely true. I feel like I heard a whole bunch of what may very well be. And I mean, the woman that was sharing this stuff too said, you know, truth doesn't really exist anyway. And so it was interesting to say it this way, but a whole bunch of truth, or a whole different level. I heard somebody speaking from a whole different level of perception that I'm used to taking in. And it was very fascinating. It did kind of like, it was a little mind-boggling. You know, sometimes you have to set it down. And she even said herself, like, when you sleep, you integrate the information, and your higher self is able to come in and actually understand what I call the lower self. And you know, when I say higher and lower, I don't mean better or worse. I just mean like this conscious self, right? The conscious human self can't really comprehend. So it's like, we want to take everything in measured doses, you guys. You know, we don't have to go 100% down the rabbit hole as these new perceptions are introduced to us. These new levels of truth are revealed. Yeah, first card out. As I said, these new levels of truth are revealed, the Tower. All right, let's get a couple more here. But this Tower is clearing. It's making way. It is destroying so that new growth can happen, right? And see the butterflies coming out of it, the metamorphosis. This card is all about metamorphosis. All right. And then we have the Four of Wands moving toward that 4-4 portal, right? This energy of stability, this energy of what it is that we're creating, that foundation, right? And for some people, April's going to be about crumbling that foundation. For other people, April's going to be about continuing to build upon it. It's going to be different for everyone. Let's get one more card out here, and then let's get a couple of Shaman's Dream and see how we can put these to. Oh, yeah, interesting, you guys. Wicked interesting. What's the next card? Four of Pentacles. So we got the 4-4 energy right here. And see the difference in energy in these two cards, right? See the celebration and the lightheartedness, the wildness, the freeness here, and see how closed off this energy is. This is the energy of holding on, right? This is the energy of resistance. This is the energy of clinging to that which is no longer necessary, clinging to safety, clinging to the comfort zone. This is somebody who is trapped in the comfort zone. This is somebody who's broken free of the comfort zone. All right, so this is the choice that we're being given as we move forward through this equinox, right? This is a gateway. Which door are we walking through? All right, which door leads to this? Because this is actually what we want, you know, and there's a lot of people who don't understand that or don't recognize that about the Tower energy. The Tower is a good thing. Remember, if we're looking at the tarot, right, it is an evolution of energy. It tells a story. All right, there's a beginning with the Fool and there's a completion with the World. We want to complete the cycle. We don't want to get stuck in the middle. And the Tower is part of that completion, right? The Tower is, I believe it's number 16. And so, yep, number 16, right? We can't get to 21 if we don't move through 16. Not in this, see, we're using human linear talk here, but you guys know what I mean, right? We have to move through the energy. So this is a good thing. Allow this epiphany, allow this metamorphosis to be a good thing. And when you receive this choice point, I mean, you can choose whatever you want, but I'll tell you guys, from these two cards, I would choose this. I would choose that. And then on the bottom of the deck, we still have the Six of Wands, success, recognition, achievement. Celebrate yourself. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm hearing. Celebrate yourself. It's so often, right? Clear that we are hard on ourselves, right? We are our own worst critics. So stop doing that. Celebrate yourself. Treat yourself. Enjoy your life. All right. Enjoy this experience. Enjoy this incarnation. It's such a beautiful thing. Hello, Jody. I don't know if I said hi to you yet. It's such a beautiful thing to be incarnated here, to play in these human bodies, right? We don't get these other places. All right. So celebrate every aspect of your life and absolutely yourself. Celebrate and watch as your blessings continue to unfold. There's a lot of celebration in this picture too. All right. Let's see. Exactly, Jody. We're all working on breaking out of that comfort zone all the time. All the time. Because as soon as we, galactic mushroom, the divine matrix, I love it. As soon as we break out of one comfort zone, right? We do that for long enough, it becomes comfortable, and then we got to push through again. All right. So it's our entire life is really an expression and an experience of that. I'm going to read this for you guys. I love this card. It's so trippy. And then we've got the Horseman, Herald of Change, underneath that. And we've been talking about this a little bit, right? The divine matrix. This idea that the matrix is really just reflections of our inner truth, right? Even the darkness that we perceive are reflections of our own distortions, right? We were talking about that at the beginning. We're talking about this energy of breaking free of the matrix, but how we do that by first accepting it. By accepting it not as something evil, right? Not as something that needs to be escaped or overturned, but by something that we can embrace. As something that we can be grateful for, that we can celebrate, right? Because it gives us this opportunity to have this crazy experience, right? And so here's what the Galactic Matrix or Mushroom card says. You might have been thinking and acting like you were the only one in the dream creating your life. The Galactic Mushroom arrives as a playful yet potent reminder that you need to get with your higher power. The universal laws are not for your benefit only. The law of attraction does not exist just to serve up your desired outcome. The matrix of consciousness, called Source, is intricately woven into life. There is so much complexity that the human mind cannot comprehend all the moving parts, kind of like what we were just talking about, right? It's impossible to see beyond what you already know, just as the head of a mushroom is clearly visible above the soil, but not the living biome below. The thread-like mycelium of fungi form vast, intricate networks underground, connecting different life forms with one another in a kind of internet of the plant kingdom. Imagine the divine matrix serving the same way, connecting the individual consciousness with that of the divine. The galactic mushroom reminds you that your dreams and desires are heard. This is a call for faith and trust. Whatever intention you hold consistently with hope and faith first manifests in the unseen realms. Whether or not you can see it working on your behalf, eventually you will see the evidence play out in the serendipitous events that work in your favor, seemingly outside of the law of cause and effect. Your most beautiful results are being birthed right now, not just for you, but for the highest good of all. And so I'm feeling this energy, right? This energy here of the interconnectedness of everything. The way all of our dreams are interwoven, the way that my dream impacts and affects your dream, right? The way that we're being drawn together with people with similar dreams, the way that each and every expansion of consciousness ripples out and affects the whole, right? None of this happens in a vacuum. Hello, third eye vision. We are all here in this together, affecting this reality together, dreaming and growing together. And so it's also the knowledge. I feel like this is part of what this is also reminding us is like when we ask for something, when we decide to create or manifest something, there are effects on the people around us, right? On the matrix itself, right? And so there's a lot more that's happening that has to come together in a certain and hopefully harmonious way, right? In order to bring that into fruition. So continue to have faith and trust in that. And when you are setting your dreams, your goals, and your visions, when you are creating your intentions, keep in mind the highest good of all. All right? Because understand and remember that what you are creating is affecting, like we said, the whole. So how can we use that to our advantage, to the advantage of every single person on this planet? But this is also, right, the divine matrix, herald of change, right? So I feel like with Aries season, with this equinox and the energies that ripple out from this vernal equinox, there is a powerful, a sign of change coming. Some sort of, if we pay attention, something, the divine matrix is shifting, right? our perception of the matrix and what it is, the way that we work within the matrix. That's all shifting and changing right now. And there are going to be little signs of the changes that we've been undergoing for quite some time on this planet, right? As the matrix has shifted, as the energies have shifted, as humanity has shifted really into a whole new dimension that, like we talked about at the beginning of this live, we're really just starting to catch up with now. That reality really, that version of events, I guess you could say, really resonates with me. And so pay attention to these little signs of change where they're happening around you. Because there's a lot of people who want to tell you that nothing's shifting and nothing's changing, right? But we know that's not true. We just have to observe, right? Joyful Muse inspiration. I love this. Isn't that so fun? I've never seen that one before. So there's a lot of inspired energy coming through. But the inspired energy comes through when we loosen up, right? When we move into this celebratory energy, when we stop holding on, right? And we're able to let go. We're able to surrender into the flow. And so this, I'm feeling like there's going to be a lot of energy as we move through this gateway of this vernal equinox that's inspiring us in the directions and the ways that we want to create and make changes. This to me, I mean, really, when we hit Aries season, when we hit this vernal equinox from an astrological, from a zodiac point of view, this is the zodiac new year. All right. So it's that New Year's energy, right? And we don't make New Year's resolutions on here, right? Because we're always becoming better a little bit better than we were the day before. As Pete likes to say on the Chosen 144, right? 1% better today than we were yesterday. All right. We are always dreaming. We are always creating. All right. And so we don't make resolutions, but we set intentions, right? And we follow through on those intentions. What do we have on the bottom here? Netcaster, preparations come to fruition. All right. We follow through. Oh, with this on top of the tiny house too. I almost feel like just seeing the house there, it feels to me like if somebody's been wanting a house or trying to manifest a house, that might be coming through shortly here for somebody. So just as a little aside here, definitely feels that way to me. But there's a lot it's like this is like the energy that I'm feeling here too is the energy where what we have put out. Remember this card, this divine matrix, the galactic mushroom card, talked about how things happen in the non-physical first, right? Our manifestations we can't see until they finally come through in the physical. All right. But they're happening. They're already there, right? In the non-physical, we're just aligning with them. We are just aligning with that energy. And so it feels to me as though we are going to be seeing these little ripples coming through that show us that our manifestations are coming, that show us that we are moving into alignment with them. And then all we have to do is move more deeply into alignment. The shifts that we've been seeking to create in our reality are starting to come through and manifest in the physical. Exactly, Melinda. There's a lot of contradicting information. And so it's finding what resonates. Happy equinox, light codes and frequencies. Welcome. I don't think I've seen you on here before. It's wonderful to have you with us. And that's the best thing to do, really, Melinda. Just work on yourself, work on your own happiness, work on removing your own distortions and unifying your own self. That's all, each and every single one of us. If we just do that, and that's why I think that, hello, Pete, welcome. That's why I think that tends to be my focus when I'm doing a lot of these readings and stuff, is helping people to do that. How can we continue to become better, right? How can we continue to come into deeper alignment with ourselves? How is it that we can unify the light and the darkness within, right? How can we become whole? It's not so much trying to figure out and distinguish what is fact and what is fiction, because like we said, there probably is neither. All right. Everything simply is. Information is simply information. We get to choose what it is that feels most resonant to us. And so, yeah, it really can be that simple. Sometimes we get, I'm glad you got the notification too, Pete. Sometimes we get so caught up trying to distinguish and decide what is truth and what is not, that we just get ourselves completely turned around and completely distracted from the point here. And what is the point? Inspiration, creation. That is card 33, by the way. Ooh, and then we have the stranger coming out, curiosity. And this is actually one of my favorite cards. It's just so beautiful. And so this to me feels like that energy when I'm talking about how things are going to get stranger and stranger as we move forward, right? We're going to be moving so deeply into the unknown. And we really are. In a sense, it's like as we are discarding all of the trappings of the ego, right? All of the distortions, we are in a sense becoming strangers to ourselves as well, right? Our whole reality and the way that we perceive of reality as we go through this next phase of awakening, it's going to get stranger and stranger. All right. So allow yourself to be curious. Don't let yourself get thrown off by that. All right. Don't end up in this energy where we're so attached to our version of what we thought reality was, that we're not our version of what we thought reality was, our version of what we thought we were, right? That we're not able to keep evolving. All right. Anything, absolutely anything. Where was I going with the word anything there? That was weird that just popped out. I don't know where the anything came from. You can be anything, you can do anything, you can have anything. Anything goes. I don't know. But this don't allow yourself to box yourself in. All right? Don't allow yourself to get so attached to one version of truth that you block your own evolution. And we do this in the spiritual community too, right? We say, okay, this is what it is. This is what the ascension is. This is what we're doing here. This is what my role is in this process. And we get so attached to that when new information or a deeper or broader perspective or understanding is presented to us, we don't want to touch it because we're like, no, that doesn't go with my new narrative. All right. Anytime you start developing a narrative, be wary of that. All right. Because that is just one perception, and most perception is distortion. Right. Thank you. Thank you, Pete, for reminding everyone of that. So yeah, it is an absolutely beautiful card, isn't it? Isn't it, Tara? Allow things to get stranger. All right, let's pull some more tarot here. Clear. Equinox vibes. Equinox, April. Yeah. Death card, baby. Death and rebirth. This is what we're working with. What was the first card that we had out? Transformation. All right, metamorphosis. There is such a powerful metamorphosis that's going to be going on for each and every single one of us as we move through this equinox portal and gateway through the month of April, through Aries season and beyond, right? There's no need to fear death. How many times have we died and been reborn? How many times have we died and been reborn? I forget who it was that I was listening to or watching who was saying something about how essentially, ultimately, what we're doing is we're coming back to the remembrance that we don't have to keep dying. And what that means to me right now, and the reason that I think that came back to me, was that as we keep moving through these processes, like death, right? It sounds like such a intense and jarring experience, right? There's so much energy attached to that word. It sounds traumatic. It doesn't have to be traumatic, right? As we move through these lifetimes, we can simply allow the old, hello, Tommy, welcome. We can allow the old to fade away, right? We can allow that which is no longer relevant and resonant to release. We can allow a deeper level of distortion to clear, right? And it doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to be traumatic. All right? We only experience death in that way when we experience an attachment, an unnecessary level of attachment. Three of Swords popped out. There's a lot of clearing of the heart chakra, deep imprints within the heart chakra that we're clearing. Let's get a little more energy on this Three of Swords. Tell me more about the Three of Swords here. Why is this here? Nine of Wands. Okay. Ooh, Five of Pentacles with the Devil on the bottom of the deck. This is that traumatic death and birthing process that we talked about, right? This is also, I mean, these are the energies that we're moving beyond, that we're moving out of. And we may, like, this is when we hold on to something, right? When we have this level of attachment, that's when we experience this, right? And we experience this. This is the energy of, like, yes, she is strong, she is confident, but she's not letting anybody or anything in. All right. That's when we experience this, right? This perception of loss, this perception of being lost. This is victimization, right? This is helplessness. This is hopelessness. This is her not realizing that the key was sitting right here the whole time. All right? The key that lets her out of the game, that lets her out of the maze, that lets her out of this room that she perceives herself to be locked in. All right? There is no trap. The trap exists in the mind. It all exists in the mind. All right? This is why we move out of the mind and into the heart. Yeah, so there's just this incredibly powerful purge within the heart center that's happening for some people. As we find ourselves dipping into this energy once more so that we can really cleanse ourselves of it once and for all. This energy of victimhood, this energy of helplessness and hopelessness, right? This energy of being guarding our heart because we don't want it to be broken. Right? What is the best way to avoid disappointment? Well, it's actually to avoid expectation, right? But from this perspective, when we're in this guarded place, the best way to avoid betrayal is to never trust, right? The best way to avoid disappointment is to never trust, is to never put our faith in another person, is to never risk putting ourselves out there, right? If I don't put myself out there, I won't get hurt. That's what this energy says. Says, you're not coming in because I don't want you to make a mess of my house. All right? I don't want you to leave me in this energy again. But all those people who left you, all those people who hurt you, they were trying to show you that you were the key. You had the key all along. Right? When we're younger, we have this energy. We have this, we mistake other people for our saviors. This person will save me. And we may not even look at it necessarily as save, right? But we look at it as like, I'll be happy when I have this, right? This person will make me feel this way. We're giving our power away to someone or something, right? The devil. And this doesn't have to be a physical person. This can be an addiction. This can be a habit. This can be any type of material consumption, right? We're giving our power away to something else that's going to make everything better. When really we get our hearts broken again and again and again until we are able to lift our head up, look to the side of us, right? It's like this is right in her peripheral vision if she were to lift her head and open her eyes. And see that we have the key the whole time. Yeah. So we're coming out of this energy, but we may delve back into it in order to escape it I don't want to say escape it, in order to release ourselves from it once and for all. That's a much better way to put that. Blessed by the best. I love you. Oh, you guys are great. All right. Anything else? The Hierophant, right? This is the spiritual lesson. This is a leveling up. The Hierophant to me always represents a level up in terms of our evolution, in terms of our understanding. Look at the joy in this guy's face. This is my favorite Hierophant card. It's just so like, look at him, right? He is so happy. And he doesn't care that there's a whole staircase behind him, but who knows? Does he still have yet to walk up that staircase, or did he just walk down? We don't really know. All we know is that he's just present. He's just in the moment, being right where he is, and he is so damn happy. He's free. All right, that's what this energy feels like to me, freedom. We are being given the opportunity to set ourselves free. Or we can remain stuck. If that's what we want, if that's what we desire, the choice is always up to us. Yeah, on the bottom of the deck here, we have Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences. What are you choosing? For many of us, we are going to be experiencing the consequences of our choices. But remember, consequences are not always a bad thing. Consequences are only perceived as something negative when the choice that we made created a seemingly negative result. All right? So we can make the choices that produce what we would perceive to be positive results. And I say perceive because there really is no negative and positive. All right. I'm thinking here, yeah, interesting that the Judgment card popped out here. As I was looking at this card, I was thinking about some of the stories about humanity, right? And Pete and I got into this a little bit when we were talking about the what was it that we were talking about? One of the last videos that we did, I believe. We're talking about the energy of Atlantis. We're talking about the fall of Atlantis. The choices that humanity made in other eras and the consequences of those choices, right? And this energy of the choices, past civilizations such as Atlantis, which had to be wiped from the planet because of the choices they were making and the impact that those choices were having on the greater whole, right? On the divine matrix, because it's all connected. And so there is this energy where there is, with the Judgment card here, it feels like definitely consequences of our choices. It's like right now, I feel like right now we are at this tipping point of energy where we're having to make some pretty powerful choices. And those choices, consequences, or lessons, exactly, Tara. And these choices that we're making are really determining. I mean, look at this. Doesn't it look like she's ascending? And so this is me making me think about the 3D, 5D timeline split. It's making me think about the choice of service to self versus service to others, of love versus fear. But what I'm also feeling here is that there's no wrong choice, right? There is no wrong choice. Yes, we are going to be receiving the consequences of our choice as far as what our reality is showing us, right? What it is that we are experiencing as we move forward. But there's no right or wrong here. There's only what is right or wrong for each and every single one of us. All right, so make your choice based on what it is that you want to experience. All right? Make your choice based on what it is that you want to experience, but make that, when you make that choice, try to stick to it. All right? Try to continue to make the choices that support that choice. All right, I feel like what some of us are doing right now is it's kind of like we're flip-flopping back and forth between timelines, between choices, right? Like we're choosing one thing, or it's like we're choosing one thing with the mind, but we're choosing another thing with the heart. And what I mean by that is, like, we can say, I choose the 5D, right? And our mind chooses that, but our heart is still living in fear. Our heart is still trapped. All right? And so really, even though we say that we're choosing one thing, if we're still in this energy, we're choosing the other. So what are you choosing? How are you choosing it? How can you set yourself free so that you're able to choose what you really desire? All right, where are you holding yourself back? And I feel like some of us, it's like one thing that we're going to come to realize is that we are holding ourselves back, but we're blaming somebody else. Oh, it's my ex-husband. Oh, it's my this. Oh, it's my job. Oh, it's that. Oh, it's society. Right? And we may not have even been fully clear that we were doing that. But we're really being asked to take responsibility for our choices and to know that we always have a choice. Everything is a choice, even if it doesn't seem that way. It's all perception. All right? And so we're also being reminded with this, that Atlantean energy, Atlantean Lemurian with that quartz there is just coming through so strong. What I feel like this is I feel like some people, there is an aspect of your soul's energy that was present in Atlantis. In Atlantis, you made a choice. All right. Now, in this reality, in this time space continuum, you have another choice to make. You made one choice one time. Now you get to make the same choice or a different choice. Yeah, that's really interesting. I feel like some people, you reincarnated, you came here at this time on this planet so that your soul would have the opportunity to make a different choice. Some aspect of you remembers the choice you made last time and is guiding you towards making a different choice, towards using better judgment. All right? You came here to correct. It's almost like a karmic correction of energy to make up for the energy of last time. Yeah. And remember, this is all from the perception that there is anything to make up for, right? But that's what the energy feels like for somebody. maybe for many. And this is also just a simple reminder, right? Everything's multi-layered, multifaceted. A simple reminder to use your best judgment and discernment as you move forward. And know that every choice you make has a consequence. What would be the consequence of your choice? All right? Align yourself with the choice that has the consequence that you desire. All right? And know that everything you chose, you wanted, you needed that consequence. Are you ready for a new one? If you're ready to shift, or are you happy with the consequences you are experiencing? Act in integrity at all times. Act in integrity at all times. All right. We are moving. Oh, these are both 20s. So we got 2020 here. So 2020, that delineation point, right, where that timeline split really began in earnest. We made a choice then. This is a continuation of that choice. If we want to make a different choice, we can do that at any moment. If we made a choice, but we haven't been following through with that choice, if we made it here, but we haven't yet made it here, it's time to bring that energy here. It's time to heal whatever's preventing us from choosing from the heart, from aligning with the heart. All right. And we want to know we have to keep ourselves free. We don't want to be incurring any more karma. All right. So we want to be making every choice with discernment from a place of integrity. Hello, Solomon. Welcome. Yes. All right. And we got the Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck with the Fool. I love that. This is the energy. This is that new energy right here, that newness that we're diving into, that new open heart space, right? This is that open, youthful heart space, free of all the past pain, right? Free of all of this energy, like the pure, fresh heart of a child, complete innocence, diving into embracing your innocence. I love it. And yes, I feel like there's going to be a lot. I mean, we got the Seven of Cups under that and the Moon. There's going to be a lot of confusion. There is a lot of confusion. There's a lot of information like we talked about, right? I just shared about some interesting new information that I came across today. This energy, right? There's going to be a lot of confusion. This is the energy of when we experience this confusion, how do we discern? Through the heart. Read everything with your heart. Choose everything with your heart. Vibrate from that heart space. Create your reality from that heart space, all right? This right here cuts through all confusion and illusion. If you are confused about what choice to make, meditate with your heart and allow your heart to be the guide that sees you through. Allow your heart to be the sonar. All right? Align with a deeper dimension of your own heart space. It will not steer you wrong. All right, you guys, I think that is going to sum up the reading as far as these equinox energies. I feel like that gave us a pretty good overview. Anyone who didn't catch the beginning, of course, definitely check out the rest of the replay. We're going to pull a crystal to work with today. And as we move into this next week, what crystal wants to work with us and assist us? It's like that energy with the Atlantean stuff that I was reading. Of like coming to correct the past, trying to correct the past in the present. All right. But it's like we want to be in this energy of non-judgment too. Right? We don't want to be judging ourselves for our choices in the past and the consequences that they created for ourselves or for the collective. All right. We are here right now. This is the only us that truly exists in this moment. We don't have to worry about everything else. Just worry about you right now. All right. And act from that place of integrity and love right now. That's it. Know that you're making the choice right now, and the choice that you're making right now trumps all other choices because it's you right now. All right. And be loving, be gentle with yourself. Above all else, we have to get out of this energy of judgment, judging ourselves, judging others, which of course is simply a byproduct of the judgment that we place upon ourselves. Charoite, which is beautiful because this is a great heart opening crystal as well. But in this card, it's all about individualization. Interesting. Let's see what we're going to read here. Charoite is powerful. And the crystal deva that represents charoite is Anrael. Taking the light language on that card while I read you guys a little bit about this. And Anrael says, called you have. Now together we stand at dawn, each complete an individual to all others. Black fades to fiery purple in a day's sacred birth. Our work is inward, a blessing of wisdom and fire. For today in our sacred embrace, we have sent a message to the world of your individual return. Let us embrace all that your world offers, melt the bonds of the inner eye, and wipe away her violet tears. For today in my frequency, you will know your gifts and evolve into your potential. Feel snow fall upon you and around you. Follow the white tiger, Ruby's younger sister, to the starry gateways of Cetus. I wait to open the door. Individualized spark of universal mind. Feel your fire burn bright. Link all that you are into unconditional love and enter into action. The time has come to accept your part in the creation of the new earth and journey into oneness. I will await you at our home within your heart. So see this crystal bringing us all into our heart, unifying us with our mission, with our purpose, and assisting us with the drive and the dedication and the vision to bring that purpose into reality, to live that manifested purpose. Let's see. In healing, charoite as the crystal of individualization balances the receiving of light at the crown chakra with the outputs of the heart. This continually reminds us of our individuality as a spirit and opens doors so personal gifts blossom into life. Charoite's ability to do this is unequaled in the mineral kingdom and powerfully extends to the opening of the doors behind which the contracts of a lifetime rest. Ooh, is that not reminding me of the key in this room here? Maybe charoite's that key for some people, right? The opening of the doors behind which the contracts of a lifetime rest. These contracts, which we write before birth, are often referred to as the Akashic records of self. Wisdom of them can create a rebirth of sorts. Did we not have the rebirth card? Through the discovery of life purpose and the true self or individuality. Oh, this is so perfect, you guys. Charoite is able to create a personal space free from outside influences, where one becomes more energized and spontaneous, able to manifest a comfort and trust in self that dissolves stress, worry, and fear. In fact, work with charoite, especially in the company of hemiphorite, I don't even know how to say that, hemimorphite. The stone of the egoless state can free one permanently from all that they have become to satisfy others, including the personal negative ego. These two stones were worked with extensively in Atlantean times by children between the ages of 11 and 13. So the crystal whose name I can't pronounce that they're talking about here is spelled Hemimorphite. Hemimorphite. Yeah, I guess that would be hemimorphite. That would be how you say it. So that's interesting. I've never heard of that crystal before. But this is really beautiful too, as we're working with these energies, right? These major clearings with the age of Pisces energies, the healer's wound, all of that energy. If you guys haven't watched those videos yet, check those out. They are very recent. They'll be right up in the recent videos, as well as whichever playlist makes sense when you're when you're looking through the playlist. Astrological Ascension Energies, I think, is probably the playlist that they'd be under for the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction. This is going to help us align with those energies and work with those energies as well. Let's see. Charoite is one of the most important stones on earth for the new children of light, who have come to serve the divine plan and lead us home to oneness. In this capacity, charoite activates, translates, and cleanses the astral body and other journey aspects of self via the sleep state. Charoite is the most potent substance for children with sleep difficulties that I have ever had the pleasure of experiencing. A potent gift that, as a father, I truly appreciate. So this would be the author. When the children are awake, they are our teachers. When they are asleep, they are learning and remembering who they are so they can teach us. Charoite helps this process, delivering understanding of the hidden worlds and awakening their individual purpose in the bigger picture. With a little love and a heard voice, who knows what they will really say. And so anyone who is working, who has one of these children of light, right? Some people call them rainbow children, what golden children, whatever these names are. Have them work with charoite. Place it under their pillow while they sleep. Let's see. It's a powerful healing crystal for autism and bipolar disorders, where it is able to bring understanding to the patient that can open doors to powerful and permanent healing. It's also a great remedy for the liver, pancreas, eyes, and all manner of alcohol-induced ailments, and the best spiritual remedy for insomnia. And I know we all know why I'm having trouble sleeping, but some of you guys as well mentioned that you are having difficulty sleeping, so maybe working with charoite can help with that as well. So the healing journey today. Let the spirits of your past live in you and deliver your future through self-love. Realize personal power and the dictation of divine wisdom. You step now upon the path home. So this is all about divinely assisting us with divinely inspired action, which we talk about all the time on here, you guys. If charoite has come to you today, it signals a rebirth of sorts. It is time to become the individual that you are and release yourself on the world. The first steps in doing this are always the releasing of attachments and the cutting away of outside influences, as they keep us as we are and make change difficult. The loving vibration of charoite makes sure that when you are reborn, your spiritual, personal, and individual gifts are embraced. For with them realized, integrity to higher purpose is assured and you will shine. At this important time, you should expect to be challenged by the world and the people around you. They all perceive you a certain way, and most are resistant to change due to its unpredictable and often painful nature. Take care to not be swayed into their perceived idea of you, and hold tight the true self, as it is rebirthed in all its glory. The new you will carry many new opportunities, as the spirit that you are makes its mark on the world. Trust in your infinite spark. It believes its path has never been so clear. If you have asked for a sign or a call to action, this is the most potent one available. Charoite only arrives when divine purpose is about to be addressed and sent into physicality. The master deva of this stone often delivers messages in music. Listen to some with an open heart. Who knows where you may go? Charoite is the sacred crystal of the Egyptian goddess Mot and the ascended master Paul the Venetian. It is a whale contact stone and was worked with to communicate with them in Atlantean times. Charoite can directly interpret their songs of light. Ooh, I have heard about the songs of light of the whales. And the affirmation for charoite is, my path is clear. I am a spark of the infinite flame. All right. Work with this stone, particularly at the heart chakra, third eye, crown, or solar plexus. Its closest friend is ruby, whom activates the spirit into the body, while charoite activates the body into the spirit. Ooh. So working with them together to center the spirit at the heart within any other chosen frequency represented by another crystal. So this, sorry, let me read that whole sentence to you guys so that makes more sense. In Atlantis, these two crystals were worked with together to center the spirit at the heart within any other chosen frequency represented by another crystal. Let's see. This results in the message or healing path of that third crystal entering the body at the unconditional spiritual vibration of the individual soul. This potent healing method is referred to as soul expansion. To do this, charoite is placed at the base and ruby at the crown chakra. Any other crystal can be placed on the heart. And then I'm assuming you'll absorb the energies of that third crystal. Interesting. So that's just if you guys want to work with those energies more powerfully. Utilizing the ruby, the charoite, and any other crystal of your choosing. And the anchoring the star child trinity is sugilite on the upper left side of the chest, hematite or moldavite on the heart chakra, and charoite on the upper right side of the chest. That sounds really intense, you guys. All right. Okay. We're going to get a blessing before we close here as well. See, there's a lot going on in the chat right now. Yes, it is incredibly brave and incredibly beautiful to be here right now. Hello, Ralph. Oh, happy birthday, Ralph. I love it. What a powerful day to be born. Yes. Talk about that energy. We got a super cusp as well, right? You got that Pisces, that Aries with that Piscean flavor, right? Clear. Born on the day that the sun changes signs. Very beautiful. All right. Appreciate you so much, Solomon. Thank you so much. If you guys haven't checked Solomon out, he shares a lot of his guidance and wisdom. He has a YouTube channel too. If you click on anytime that I mention one of our tribe who has a channel, there is a post in the community tab where I ask people to share the links for their different channels so that we could follow each other and support each other. But anytime that I mention that, if you just click on their little icon there, it'll take you right to their channel. He shares a lot of beautiful messages and wisdom and insights. And yes, it's wonderful to see. And it's so beautiful having the courage to put yourself out there. It makes me so happy. It warms my heart every time I see a video from you go up, Solomon. So thank you for sharing your light, my brother. A blessing on the children wanted to pop out there. And so the energy of really those star children coming through very powerfully today, with this equinox. They are here, right? To help us create this new world, to help us birth and create this new earth. That's why I'm having mine, you guys. That's it. They are our allies, and we are here to nourish them and provide them the guidance so that they can teach us, right? So that they can be our teachers. All right. A blessing to lift sadness is the blessing that came out that wanted to close for us today. So that's that heaviness, right? When we talked about that heaviness that we're purging, that we may re-experience as it is leaving us. Hello, Melody. All right. A blessing to lift the sadness that cloaks you, yet retain the wisdom and lesson it has come to teach you. Sadness is a strange friend, a gloomy mist of feelings that moves through you slowly, softly stilling the growth and dampening the fire within. It can feel like a death, this farewell to joy, yet within its sorrow there awaits for you great gifts. So when the time comes for sadness to move on, we ask for this blessing to allow it to slowly, softly lift from you. A diver who has been down deep beneath the oceans. And as you rise, may it be slow enough so that you can adjust to the happiness that will begin to flower again in your heart. May your breath become deeper, your smile begin to light up your face again. May your eyes widen and sparkle with the wonder of all that is about you. And may your limbs find joy in movement once again. May you rise, and with that rising, bring with you the teachings of the sadness you have experienced. Yet be free from the heaviness that has weighed you down so far below that you seem to part from other people. May you rejoin others and find pleasure in company once again, and find solace in the sharing of your experiences. May you not hate the sorrow that came to stay a while, but know its presence brought you something holy, a lasting compassion for the suffering of others, and the sure knowledge that as you once went below, you shall surely rise. And if he comes to stay again, you will not fear its permanence, for it is temporary in its companionship. And you will again become a creature of gladness, to balance the time you have spent within the cave of sorrowful knowledge. Be blessed as the sadness lifts. And when that morning breaks and you feel light and glad, and laughter bubbles up from within, remember that the wheel turns, and take the joy and shine it out to the world. Your candle is relit, friend. It is time to brighten all who meet you with the presence of your light. Blessed be. And this is why we talk about diving for light, right? Because it is only within the darkness that we find our light. All right, that is the paradox. So on this day of the equinox, as we said at the beginning of this live, allow your dark and your light to be equal. Appreciate them, celebrate them in equal measure. All right? And understand that all darkness is simply a distortion within, being magnified, being shown to us. Appreciate that. Appreciate all aspects of who you are. The dark, the light, no difference, as Star Wolf would say. I love you guys so much. You are so beautiful. Yes. Hello, Christina. Hello. I love you guys. I think I just said that, but I'm saying it again. Thank you for joining me today. May all who are experiencing this sadness, who are being touched by this sadness, may you learn what it was there to teach you, right? And may you release it and relax back into your joy, back into your bliss. May that fire be relit within you. All right? And may it burn, baby, burn. And then we see with the blessing of air, all of that beautiful spring energy, right? As we blossom once more. Hello, Divine Feminine Rising. Yes, yes, we do claim it. Hello, Fresh Start. Hello, Felicia. You guys, thank you. Thank you, Evelyn. Love you so much, Tommy. Love you so much, Pete, Christina, Eliza, Melinda, every single one of you who is on here and who is watching this on the replay. You guys are amazing. Have a beautiful day. Celebrate this equinox. Call this energy in. Utilize these creative fires, right? And know that you can birth and create whatever it is that you desire. Your metamorphosis is well underway. Actually, what they want me to say is your metamorphosis is complete. Like we said, it's just, are you going to allow yourself to catch up? Are you going to allow your consciousness, your physicality and your consciousness to catch up to what's already happened? All right, Felicia, let me see real quick. Stuck on a train for 6 hours. All the bathrooms are closed. Oh, honey, I have the most, what's the word I'm looking for? My bladder, I've had bladder issues my entire life. So I don't even think I could answer that question. There's been so many times I spend so much of my life waiting for. I live my life bathroom to bathroom, and this is before I got pregnant. So the train, that's a tough one. There's really nothing that you can do about that, except I don't know, how can they close the bathrooms for a 6-hour train ride? That doesn't even, you're gonna get me going here. That doesn't even make sense. That shouldn't even be allowed. I mean, honestly, what I would do is I would sneak into one anyway and use it. That would probably be my solution in that scenario. There's no way I would have made it. Even 2 hours would have been my max. So I don't know. I mean, closed. It's only, the bathroom's only closed if somebody sees you going in there when you're not supposed to be. So I don't know. That would be what I have noticed though is if you hold it long enough, you all of a sudden sometimes don't have to pee anymore. You have to pee so badly that you no longer have to pee. That's probably the worst I've ever had to pee, is when I get to those times where it literally changes and then all of a sudden I don't have to pee anymore. So if you can't sneak into one of those bathrooms, I wish that for you. Yeah, and I feel for you. I feel for you so deeply. That is cruel and unusual to have no bathrooms available for a 6-hour train ride. I don't even know what else to say about that. I had no idea when you said Q&A what it was the question was going to be. So that's wicked funny that's that's what it's about. Oh, yes, I love you guys. Yes, relearning life on this side of the chrysalis. I love that divine feminine rising. That is perfect. That is so beautiful. All right, you guys, I will talk to you soon. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Happy equinox. Oh, before I end, I did want to announce as well, for whoever is still watching this when on the replay, and for everyone who's on the live right now, I am going to be doing on April 12th, when we have that exactness of that conjunction of Jupiter and Neptune. I'm going to be offering a free free theta healing clearing surrounding the healer's wound. And so a donation is absolutely welcome if you have it to give. The suggested would be an 1111, but nobody is going to be turned away. So email me if you want to be a part of that, and I will send you a Zoom link for that. I have not decided on a time yet for that. There will be a replay available for everybody who can't catch it live as well. We will absolutely be recording that clearing session for anybody who wants to take part in that, because it's so important that we work with clearing these energies. We are purging and clearing the healer's wound as part of this conjunction. But sometimes it's helpful if we can play an active part in that process and releasing those energies. So everyone stay tuned for that. There will be more information coming out on that. And how it is that you can join. If you want to just get on the list now, you can email me and let me know. Like I said, if you wish to send through a donation for that, you are absolutely welcome. It is appreciated, but not required. And all the donation links would be the same as the ones in the description box of all my videos. All right, guys, love you so much. Have a beautiful, oh, they're locked. Yeah. Oh, that's rough, man. That's rough. I am sending you all of the love. And I hope you get off that train as soon as possible. I really do. That is absolutely terrible and brutal. I don't know how they expect people to function like that. Light codes and frequencies. You can send me an email or send through a donation to any of the links in the description box below, and include your email in the description box, and I'll have a link sent out for you. Like I said, I'm going to have more information coming through as I set the time for the live version of that and everything. I'm going to be posting about that in the next few days. I just wanted to let you guys know ahead of time. So there will be more information on how to join in the description box moving forward. I'll also have a separate post in the community tab about it as well, for those of you guys who want to join that. So there will be more information forthcoming as far as signing up for that. All right. I will talk to you guys soon.